Alright, what's going on guys, Poosht here. Bringing you today a gameplay on Nuketown. Now, the Nuketown playlist just came out not too long ago, I think at the start of this weekend, or I believe at the start of the week rather. And so I've been playing a few games on it, trying to drop a nuke of course. That's kind of the end goal. That's always like the goal that I have in mind of course, but you know, I just wanted to kind of showcase a gameplay that I had. Pretty decent game, like 50 kills or something, you know, not too crazy. Demonstrating kind of my mindset and skill set as it pertains to the streak that I was on. Now, the rest of the gameplay is kind of like, I wouldn't say slow paced by any means, but I was playing a little bit cautious just because the end goal for me was trying to get that 30 kill streak, okay? So I think at the beginning here, perhaps I wouldn't say I struggled a bit, you know, but I was just playing slow. Very passive. Traditionally on Nuketown I don't really play that way, so you know, I was just kind of taking it slow, getting a feel for the map at least, you know what I mean? As far as the map layout, I think it's incredibly vibrant, incredibly beautiful, very particular as far as the details and the fine lines and things of that nature. I mean, if you guys look at it, it's very colorful, very chaotic almost, but I don't mind. I mean, the map kind of flows and plays very similarly to how it would in any other Black Ops game, of course. But, you know, the main objective here for me was to kind of play this midline, play the middle of the map, of course, behind the buses, just gaining that line of sight. Now, one thing I will note looking at the truck here is not too many players actually sit behind the truck as they would in other Black Ops games, which is nice, because traditionally that's a place where they go and hide and kind of camp and stuff like that, as I throw a grenade at myself. But excuse me, nonetheless, this map flows pretty much the same as it would if it was in any other Black Ops game. One issue that I did run into though is spawn protection. Now, not that I was using any lethal streaks or anything of that nature, but you know, traditionally speaking in other games there's not really too much of a heavy spawn protection, rather just a few seconds, but in this game it's actually pretty heavy, and that prevents you from kind of playing really aggressive in that regard. Although it didn't really matter to me too much. As I said, I was running lethal or non-lethal streaks for the most part, aside from the war machine, which at the point in which you'll see me get on the streak with it, you know, I was in the mid map anyways as opposed to being in their spawn, but you know, it just it is very difficult to play with, I suppose. But as you can see, I'm kind of playing just the midline of the map, and now I kind of moved back up to the house here just to kind of gain this line of sight. I noticed they have the C and B flag, which means that they hold dominance on most of the map here. I had to back up, of course, but I'm really just playing the angles here. Specifically speaking, just looking at the truck here. I do hear this guy come behind me, so I kill him. And that puts me on a 7 kill streak, but for the most part, you know, just watching out for these guys, you know. I noticed my teammate just used a pretty great napalm strike, so that means we're allowed to kind of advance on the map. But once again, I'm kind of weary of this right side for some reason, so I'm just kind of sitting here looking, paying attention. Obviously, at some point, I do kind of rush up and continue my streak, of course. But I'll tell you what, you know, my mindset kind of in this game particularly was just, I don't want to rush out and die, simply put, you know what I mean? I want to play the game correctly in a way that allows me to build on my streak, not be too aggressive here, and kind of allow them to come to me, as opposed to me going to them. So, in that regard, I was kind of slower pace, I would say. Nonetheless though, I mean, I'm using the AK-47 here. I have the 8 attachments on it, as I demonstrated in the both the comments section and kind of the intro as well. But you know, I'm using the 8 primary attachment at the moment. I'm not using the perk greed yet because I'm not high enough level, but certainly I'll use that towards the latter end of the prestige. But this AK is an absolute melt machine. It's probably one of the best ARs in the game. It has little to no recoil, and not to mention it just plays incredibly fast paced comparatively to like other assault rifles, I would say. It almost plays like an SMG if you want it to, especially with the quick draw attachments and drop shot attachments. So it's certainly a really good gun. So now I noticed that my teammates aren't really spawning A, so I kind of just take it easy as opposed to just staying in that mid line. I want to make sure they're not going to spawn behind me, because you know that that'd be a horrible way to die. We just approach halftime here. Alright, so as we begin this other round on the opposite side, of course, once again, I always go to the top just to kind of canvas what I'm looking at here. I see a guy pushing left, automatically get my 14th kill. Proceed to kind of just be careful. I don't want to peek my head too far out because I know the enemy could be across the way there. Although as you see when we push the B flag, I do kind of push up as well, like right here. Being on this side is way better than being on the opposite side. I don't know what it is, maybe the amount of line of sight's available, but nonetheless, you know, it's incredibly beneficial to be on the C side as opposed to the A, I will admit. So, once again, my teammates push back, so therefore I'm pushing back as well, realizing that I don't want to push too far. As I get in my 16th kill streak, I obtain my war machine here. Just kind of playing it slow, utilizing my movement, the slide cancel, and things of that nature. There's 17. So at this point, pulling out the war machine, pushing up. I know I can be aggressive with this thing. We're just gonna see what we can do here, okay? At this point, I see the guy to my right, pop him. Be sure to check my left side, of course. That's a 19 kill streak, very nice. And I'm playing aggressive here. I mean, these things, it kills in one bullet, so you don't really have to worry about the getting shot really quickly or anything like that. But at this point, this is where, you know, I'm sure they're catching on at this point what I'm doing, my location, and things of that nature. So as you can see right there, it was just unfortunate COD timing in which I simply looked left, wasn't able to kill him because I didn't see him, turned right, and he immediately popped up. That was one of the worst timings that I probably could have ever imagined on this map, of course. But I'm going to kind of leave the commentary here. I just wanted to explain my thought process here, going for this nuclear streak. I'm going to continue to try to get nuclears for you guys. You know, as skill-based matchmaking presumes, it's very difficult to do so, but nonetheless, I'm going to continue trying my hardest for you guys. I really do appreciate y'all's support. Be sure to check out the class setup in the description. I actually forgot to put it in the previous video, unfortunately, so I apologize. But if you are new to the channel and you do enjoy content related to best class setup videos, tips and tricks videos, tactical nuke gameplays or nuclear gameplays, blueprint variations, map coverages, tips and tricks, kind of things like that, hit that subscribe button for me. We're closing in on 2,250 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate that. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in another video.